Hello friends, Dr. Nels here, and this week we're coming to you with part 2 on narcissism and eliminating the narcissist. Hello friends, Dr. Nels here, coming to you this week with more information on life, leadership, and business, helping build the values and principles in you so that you can be the best version of you. And as we said, we're coming to you with part 2 on a series on narcissism that we could probably have more on, but we're going to do it 2 so far unless we add a third. But the second one is about eliminating a narcissist. And I kind of want to back up for a second in that. So I've been brought in 4 coaching scenarios in businesses with problems, and in all 4, I've been brought in other scenarios, but I have 4 scenarios where I've been brought in leadership coaching to help bring about some solutions and getting some organizations moving forward. And in 4 of these situations, as we've delved into it, we have figured out we were dealing with a narcissist. And in every single one of those 4 situations, there's been leadership or owners above the narcissist. And in every single one of those 4 situations, the narcissist has been working and getting to the point, and when the pressure gets high enough on the narcissist, they will work to get rid of the person that is their leader, that is above them, or an owner above them. And the way they do that is the narcissist will begin to make this person out to be the problem. This is one of their key textbook moves. Narcissists don't have any problems. They are not the source of any issue. They are not the source of any problem. Narcissists redirect all the problems to someone else. In any relationship, any one-on-one relationship, if you deal with a narcissist, they make you out to be the problem. In a business situation, they make out to be typically an owner or leader above them. They are the problem, not the narcissist. Everything is good in their hemisphere, or the people they lead below them, everything is good. All their problems are above them. The narcissist forms alliances with people around them and below them to then help get rid of their leader, the owner, or the person above them. And in one-on-one relationships, the narcissist will turn things around on this person, and this person is the problem, and the narcissist is the victim. And so we didn't get into some of that practical application in my first episode. This should be maybe just the part 2, is the practical definition and application of narcissist in the trenches, how I see it, what I've seen happen. But I think we're clear there. Cale, do you think I'm pretty clear there? Okay, so we've given like definition, clinical definition, some traits. Now we've also given in the field work what I have seen, what we've seen. So next up is creating healthy boundaries that you need to create in dealing with any narcissist, and then eliminating any narcissist. And this is easier said than done, but the principles are pretty well similar in all of them. And the first principle is when dealing with a narcissist, the first principle is they will make problems happen that are your problem, your fault, your issue. So the first principle is identifying that, and then taking those problems that they've created or said there are, and giving them back those problems. Because they're going to make you out to be the problem, or your behavior be the problem, right? So that's the first principle, is you give them back their problems that they're trying to show that you are, or they've created, that they've said you're the problem or you created. That's the first principle. Now, when you do that, the second thing that then happens is they will then, when you give those back to them, they will flip it back around, and now they will be the victim. So first, there's problems. They've said, you've got problems, or you've created problems. You've put up boundary number one of giving those problems back to them. And then when you do that, they become the victim, right? And we see this routinely with highly successful people, arrogant, egotistical people, and that they'll flip it back around and say, well, I'm now the victim. For example, and I don't know if this is factual, the astronomer CEO misbehaving and cheating on his spouse, gives out an apology, and then ends his apology with the victim of, he was victimized by, it was a public space, but it became too public and it should have never been out on the internet. And now he's the victim. Well, no, sir, you're not the victim. You should have stayed true to the vows that you took in front of the preacher and everyone and God, and stuck with those vows, because you're not the victim. You are the creator of the problem. And I think you understand what I'm saying. So we give the problems back to them, and then how many people can you think of them be the martyr or turn it into now they're the victim? So these are the patterns that you see with narcissists. So now they're going to be the victim, and now they're going to want to engage with you. First, they don't want the problems back because they want to get the world as they see it to be in their view and to be happening how they want it. And we put up buzzsaw number one, we give them back their problems. And then two, then they go to victim mode, and then they become a victim, and you've made them the victim. And so now we got to put up buzzsaw number two, to where we put up the healthy boundaries with them and we disengage. And that's where it gets really hard. And we're not going to engage in any further conversations. If we give them their problems back, they become the victims, and or they still try to give you those problems back. You have to go to buzzsaw number two and disengage. Because what they want for you to do is to stay engaged. And for example, one of the first narcissists I dealt with, this person was trying to make out the leader as the problem. I knew the leader was not the problem. And this person was busy in my ear telling me this person was the problem. And I knew it. And I looked at this person and I said, this conversation is over, because what you're saying is not true. And when I put up that boundary and that buzzsaw, that was the last time this person tried to manipulate the conversation to get what they were trying to get, which was to get this person gone, right? And so these boundaries, we have to be really, really strong and courageous, because these people are wickedly brilliant, wickedly manipulative. And if they get you into their orbit, you're in trouble. And you have to stay out of their orbit. And these are the only ways I know to do it. Give them their problems back. Don't allow them to say they're the victim to the problems they say you've created. Throw up the wall and disengage, because when you start doing this, they're going to start going harder at you, trying to get you to engage in conversation and let it blow up and let it get ugly and take all the directions and turns it shouldn't take. But when you start putting up the buzzsaw wall and disengage, you will start to have some success. You will start to get your own brain back, because in all four situations I'm talking about, and some of these are major, multi-million dollar businesses, they were on the verge of getting the world to happen as they saw it, which meant in all four, getting rid of someone above them. And when you get pulled in their orbit, they begin to make you think you are the problem. So some of these situations I've dealt with wildly successful entrepreneurs, incredible, honest, hardworking people. And when I'm coaching them, they're talking to me and they're asking me through this journey, maybe I'm the problem. Maybe it is me. And I'm coaching it through as I learn it. I'm like, no, 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 no. You're not the problem. You're dealing with a narcissist, and that's just how they want you to think. Now, obviously, as a leader and an owner, or in a good, healthy relationship, if you're a great person, working hard, doing all the right things, taking ownership of what you do need to take ownership of, obviously you're in the right. When you're dealing with the person over here that's a narcissist, they're not going to own their problems because they don't have any problems, right? So we have to identify that, give them back their problems, and they're not going to be willing to take them. Draw boundaries, hit the buzzsaw, and when they want to become the victim and to you, then you hit the buzzsaw again, and now we're having to seriously disengage. Now, if you're leading these sort of people, then we start putting down clear, crystal clear expectations for them. But I would tell you, if it's a true narcissist and you're leading a narcissist in your organization, I'm telling you, you're wasting your time. If you're dealing with a narcissist in a business setting, they need to go because you cannot fix them. Now, in a marriage or a relationship or a friendship, it gets a little stickier and trickier. But if you're dealing with true narcissists, you have to put up healthy walls. You have to put up boundaries. You can't engage. You can't allow manipulation. You create separation until they want to play by the healthy rules that's best for everyone, not just them. So I hope you liked this content. Cale, do you have any other questions?
No, I think you kind of hit all the questions we talked about beforehand. So.
It's a deep subject. 2 sessions aren't probably anywhere near good enough, but we thought we'd touch on it because of the experience we've had. And they've been tough. All the ones I'm talking about, all 4 have been radically painful, tough for many people involved. But the beauty in every single one of those 4 situations is once that person's gone, it gets better. It gets radically better extremely quickly. It just takes some painful steps to get there. So I hope you like this content. Click subscribe here. Thanks for joining us, friends. We'll see you next week. Love you.